We've all felt that twinge of regret, that sinking feeling in the pit of our stomach, that pain in our wallet after buying a gun that was all wrong. Whether it happens as we leave the gun store or after years of use, eventually we all realize that the dream gun that was supposed to be the apple of our eye just a short time ago turned out to be a real lemon. So, what went wrong? Why did we buy the wrong gun? And how can we avoid doing it again in the future? This is a big deal for me because when it comes to buying guns, I have all the impulse control of a 4-year-old with a sweet tooth inside a candy store. Let's face it, buying a new gun is exciting. Whether it's your first purchase or your 50th, there's something special about adding a new piece to your collection. The thrill of unboxing it, racking the slide, feeling the grip. It's like Christmas for gun lovers. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Some guns just aren't worth it. In fact, plenty of firearms that look cool, promise performance, or get hyped up online end up being complete letdowns once you hit the range. So we're going in on the most overrated, overhyped, and downright wrong guns you can buy and what you should consider instead. So let's dive right in. There's no denying the fact that the Desert Eagle has earned its place in pop culture royalty. It's the action hero's favorite, the ultimate flex piece, the oversized chrome master that's made appearances in just about everything from The Matrix to Call of Duty. But behind the big screen mystique lies one of the most impractical handguns you can buy. Let's be honest, the Desert Eagle isn't just big, it's obnoxiously big. We're talking about a pistol that weighs around 72 ounces unloaded and stretches nearly 11 inches in length. Holding it feels like gripping onto a steel brick, and carrying it? Forget it. Unless your idea of concealed carry involves a backpack and a chiropractor. And now let's talk price. A standard 50 AE version in black oxide starts around $1,600, and if you want one in brushed chrome or gold trigger stripes, you're easily stepping into the $2,000+ range. Most buyers grab a Desert Eagle for the novelty or the collector factor, and there's nothing wrong with that if you've got cash to burn and space in your safe. But for everyday use, for carry, for defense, or even for fun range time, the Desert Eagle is one of the fastest regret purchases in the gun world. It's not that it's a bad gun, it's just that it's a terrible choice for 99% of shooters. If you want to flex on your friends or cosplay as an 80s movie villain, go for it. But if you're looking for something practical, manageable, and worth the money, you might want to keep that wallet holstered. At first glance, the Taurus Judge seems like a perfect solution for folks who want versatility in one gun. Instead of a broad blast of pellets, you're left with a semi-constricted pattern that's just as ineffective as a traditional handgun round. People buy the Judge because of its novelty. I mean, it's a revolver that shoots shotgun shells. But unless you live in a place where snakes or pests are a constant concern, that novelty wears off fast. You're not going to carry this thing around, and you're not likely to use it for self-defense in a typical home defense situation. With a price tag starting at around $450, you're paying more for the gimmick than for the performance. The Taurus Judge simply doesn't do enough to justify its place in the modern gun world. Unless you're obsessed with having the cool factor of a multi-caliber revolver for occasional range trips or pest control, you're better off putting your money towards something that'll actually perform when it counts. The Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 380 is the poster child for compact concealed carry pistols. On paper, it's got everything going for it. Small size, lightweight, and chambered in 380 ACP, which is often touted as the bare minimum for self-defense. But the reality of shooting the Bodyguard is far from the idealized carry piece you might expect. And then there's the trigger. You'll notice almost immediately that it's heavy. We're talking a long, gritty, double-action only pull that feels more like a chore than a smooth shooting experience. For a defensive gun, that's a big issue. With a heavy trigger, you're more likely to jerk your shot, especially in high-stress situations. The stiff long pull is one of the most common complaints about this little gun. With a price tag of around $350, you're not breaking the bank, but you're also not getting a great deal out of this. So while the S&W Bodyguard 380 might look great in your pocket, it's one of those guns that'll likely be relegated to the shelf of regret after the honeymoon phase wears off. When Remington introduced the RP9, they were aiming to break into the striker-fired pistol market. They wanted to compete with the big boys like Glock, Smith & Wesson, and Ruger by offering a full-sized handgun with modern features at a budget price. Unfortunately, what they delivered was a product that left many gun owners scratching their heads, wondering if they were part of an experiment in how not to make a handgun. The trigger is where the RP9 really falters. It has a long, spongy take-up and a heavy, gritty break. You won't get the smooth, crisp pull that you'll find in other striker-fired guns like the Glock 19 or the SIG P320. The reset is slow too and makes follow-up shots a challenge. The accuracy isn't terrible, but it's not great either. The build quality also raises some questions. The polymer frame feels cheap, and there have been reports of issues with the slide and magazine. Reliability seems to be a bit of a hit or miss. Some owners report functioning issues, especially with certain types of ammo. At around $350, the RP9 is far from the worst gun you can buy, but it's certainly not the best in its class either. For the same price, you could pick up a Glock 19 or Ruger SR7, both of which offer better triggers, better ergonomics, and far better overall reliability. Glock is known for producing no-nonsense reliable pistols, so when they announced the Glock 42, many expected a compact 380 ACP that would make concealed carry easier without sacrificing the brand's legendary durability. Unfortunately, the Glock 42 is one of those guns that while it might check some boxes, it ultimately disappoints once you start using it in the real world. And then there's the 380 caliber. Glock tried to market the 42 as a reliable, low recoil option for concealed carry, but the 380 ACP just isn't enough to cut it for most self-defense situations. Reliability is generally good, as you'd expect from Glock. $400 to $450 isn't terrible for a Glock, but when you realize that for just a little more, you can get a Glock 43 with more power, better ergonomics, and a similar size profile, the 42 starts to look like an unnecessary purchase. It doesn't offer the benefits of a larger, more powerful gun, and it doesn't bring anything special to the table in terms of concealed carry or shootability. A pro micro-compact pistol that's supposed to combine the best of both worlds, high capacity and concealability. First off, let's talk about the size. The Hellcat Pro isn't exactly a small, ultra-concealable gun. While it's compact compared to full-size pistols, it's noticeably larger than some other micro-compact options like the SIG P365 or the Glock 43X, which means it's not as easy to hide in a pocket or a waistband. If your goal is to have an everyday carry gun that disappears under a t-shirt, you may find the Hellcat Pro a little too bulky for comfort. It's not a gun that you're just going to slip into a pair of shorts, and when it's carried, it may feel like you're lugging around extra bulk for no reason. The $650 to $750 price tag is where the Hellcat Pro really starts to disappoint. For that price, you can find pistols like the SIG P365, which offers better ergonomics, superior shooting comfort, and a smaller profile that's far easier to conceal. The Hellcat Pro does offer a lot of capacity, but at the cost of concealability and practicality. The Beretta 21A Bobcat is one of those guns that attracts attention because of its unique design. It's a tiny little 22 LR pistol that's fun to look at and even more fun to hold, which is perfect for those who like compact guns with a bit of flair. However, when you take a closer look at the 21A, it quickly becomes clear that this is a pistol designed more for novelty than practicality. As for performance, the 21A Bobcat is chambered in 22 LR, which is often dismissed as a plinker round. And while it is a fun caliber to shoot at the range, 22 LR lacks the stopping power that many people look for in a carry gun. The recoil is light, sure, but that also means that the round won't do much to stop a determined attacker. You may be able to hit the target, but you can't rely on the small caliber to get the job done in a self-defense scenario. The trigger on the Bobcat is nothing to write home about. With a double action only system, the pull is long, gritty, and heavy, making follow-up shots more difficult than necessary. And given that this is a pocket pistol, it's already hard to shoot accurately, and the poor trigger also doesn't help matters either. At $350 to $400, the Beretta 21A Bobcat is priced a little too high for what it offers. The Mossberg Maverick 88 is one of the most budget-friendly shotguns on the market. Designed as a cost-effective alternative to the Mossberg 500, the Maverick 88 is a pump-action shotgun that delivers solid performance at a fraction of the cost of its more expensive cousins. But while it may serve as a functional tool for home defense or shooting, it's not without its flaws, which makes it a gun you might regret buying after spending a bit of time with it. The build quality is another area where the Maverick 88 cuts corners to keep its costs down. The stock and forend are made from plastic, and while it is a lightweight design, it doesn't feel as sturdy or high-end as the more expensive shotguns. Also, the finish on the Maverick 88 can wear out more quickly compared to its pricier counterparts. However, despite these drawbacks, the price is undeniably attractive. For $200 to $250, you're getting a functional shotgun that can serve its purpose, but the performance isn't great for the price. If you're willing to spend a little more, there are definitely better options out there. Shotguns like the Mossberg 500 or the Remington 870 will provide you with smoother cycling, more reliable performance, and better build quality for just a bit more money. When you buy the Maverick 88, you're sacrificing long-term comfort and reliability for the sake of an incredibly low price. The Ruger LCR is a snub-nosed revolver chambered in .38 Special, designed to be ultra-portable and easy to carry. It's a great option for those who want a no-frills, easy-to-conceal revolver for self-defense, but while it is lightweight and compact, the Ruger LCR has its fair share of drawbacks that can leave you regretting the purchase if you aren't prepared for the full shooting experience that it offers. At $550 to $600, the Ruger LCR is on the higher end for a snub-nosed revolver. While it is a quality gun with a solid reputation for reliability, many shooters find that the price tag doesn't quite match the performance. For a similar price, you could purchase a larger revolver or a semi-automatic pistol that offers better ergonomics, lower recoil, and more capacity. In the end, the Ruger LCR is a great option for those who need a lightweight, concealable revolver for self-defense. But for those who want a more enjoyable, versatile, and practical shooting experience, the price and limitations might push you towards other revolvers or semi-automatics. The Smith & Wesson M&P 5.7 is one of the newer entries in the world of high-performance pistols chambered in the 5.7 by 28mm caliber. This unique round was originally designed for the F&P 90 and F&P 5.7, offering high velocity and low recoil. With the M&P 5.7, Smith & Wesson has brought this exotic caliber to a more affordable and accessible platform. But while it is an intriguing option, it comes with a host of downsides that make potential buyers rethink their decision. At $600 to $700, the M&P 5.7 isn't a cheap gun, especially when compared to other pistols in the same range like the 6-hour P320 or the Glock 19. With the added cost comes the complication of ammo availability and pricing, making it a less practical everyday carry option for many people. In the end, the M&P 5.7 is a unique and fun pistol, but it comes with a set of drawbacks that might leave you second-guessing your decision. The high cost of ammo, questionable real-world defensive capabilities, and the added bulk for concealability might push you towards more traditional options. And that does it for this video, you guys. Hope you don't make a regrettable purchase yourself and throw your money away. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel to get more heads up like this, and click a thumbnail to dive right back into more fascinating firearms content from us. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.